Stewardship with SNB. Good afternoon. This is Stewardship with SNB. I am Solomon Nelson Braid. Stewardship with SNB. Stewardship with SNB. Peace. So we'll just take a short break. I'll play a video for us to listen, and then from there we can take off.
The media was awash since last night to this morning to this afternoon that the president had to yet broker between you and your successors, to the extent that your successors had to follow you to your house and beg. Can you please shed more light?
I didn't know you were there to know that. All I can tell you, yes, Mr. President has been very kind to the people of the state. If there seems to be a problem between the legislature and the governor, and as a father, he really has to intervene. I remember this is the second time Mr. President is intervening. I believe, by the grace of God, this will be the last time. I believe that the Assembly, I've told them to do the needful to obey Mr. President, which I know they will not hesitate. And I also believe that the governor will carry out his own part to make sure that this is the final time Rivers people will begin to hear this kind of discord. So that is it.
Stewardship with SNB. Yeah, that was the Minister of the FCT, WIKE, addressing journalists just after inspecting project sites, of course, after that peace talk with Mr. President. All right, joining me live in the studio to talk about this all-important peace talk is no other person than Sir Ingo Martins Yellowe, former chairman, River State Civil Service Commission, former member, governing board, River State University, and of course, a publisher of a local tabloid here in Port Harcourt. Sir Ingo Martins Yellowe, welcome to our program.
Thank you for having me.
My other guest is Dr. Tony PHILMORE, former chairman, DEGEMA local government area, and of course, he's also an educationist. Dr. PHILMORE, welcome to our program.
Thank you for having me once again.
And the last but not the least is Honorable Christian IKIROMA, political exposed fellow and stakeholder in DEGEMA local government area. Welcome to our program.
Thank you very much. I must add that.
All right, DEGEMA.
Also a board member of the River State Hospital Management Board.
Oh, interesting. Currently.
Yeah, well, we have stepped aside for the peace to reign.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. All right. I will take this first salvo. Let me turn to Sir Ingo Martins Yellowe. Previous agreements between WIKE, the Minister of the FCT, and the Governor of River State, Governor FUBARA, have always not ended well. What is the guarantee that this peace will last?
Thank you very much. Like I christened this last piece, I christened it the final handshake.
Oh, really?
In one of my columns. because I believe that enough should really be enough. Rivers have seen it so, and they have now agreed. I don't have any doubt that the peace will reign. First of all, at the end of the peace talk, His Excellency, the former governor, now Minister of FCT, said the fight is over. And then the current governor, FUBARA, said he paid tribute to WIKE by acknowledging that WIKE was one of the factors that made him governor of the state. And he called him out. So that seals it up. They are very serious this time around. I'm not in their minds, but from what is happening, one should be able to say that they have now seen that the state has suffered so much, and there should be peace now.
All right, there should be peace now. Dr. Tony PHILMORE, previous agreements have failed between Governor FUBARA and WIKE, the Minister of the FCT. What's the guarantee that this one will last?
Well, thank you, Mr. Moderator and their viewers. This is the time to tell the world, to tell every politician that the time to fan the embers of trouble has passed. It's a time to embrace peace in totality. They know too well that our very dear governor, Dr. Sinalai FUBARA, is peace himself, is peace personified. And so when he says something about peace, he means it. Yes, there are no doubt those who continue to fan the embers of trouble will probably again rear their heads. But people like us will always be there now to knock them down because this peace will stay for the betterment of River State.
So interesting. So, Honorable IKIROMA.
Yeah, like my colleagues have rightly put it, peace has come to stay in River State. Truth is that if the realization before now is not total, there is always a time that everybody comes to a point where you realize that there are critical elements of governance that must be, embraced so that everybody, trying to see the development aspects, the advancement aspect of it. Peace is not something that one will really toy with. Even the Bible says, follow peace with all men. And then when you begin to practice the tenets of peace, you are a child of God. He said, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. So I think that there is a new realization now to embrace peace. This is a position where God and man, even the United Nations agenda, the Article 16, talks about peace. So you can see that there is a conjunction between the justice system and the biblical system. So today I'm sure that the two parties, they've come to a point where they have realized that peace is important for the development and advancement of the state. And I'm sure that this time around, it has come to stay. When the Governor Yusuf was saying, he said this is the last, the final point. So you can see that everybody has come to embrace peace. For our governor, he's from ab initio, from beginning, he's a peacemaker, and then he always pursued the path of peace. So I want to believe strongly that this time around, like former Governor WIKE said, this is the final point.
All right.
No going back.
All right, this is the final point. But before I turn to other guests here in the studio, let me continue with you, Honorable IKIROMA. Why is it that the governor always signs agreements that exposes him to disfavor? Is it as a result of cowardice, ignorance, or inexperience? Because just after the recent agreement, they came back to Port Harcourt, and then we heard that the State Executive Council has been dissolved.
Well, I do not look at it as a state of cowardice or weakness or whatever. The governor, from beginning, is a man of peace. And, when it comes to peaceful disposition. There is always this give and take. And then what is the interest? It's a leader. It's the number one person in River State. It is the development, the peaceful atmosphere of the state. And you know, when there is peace, it permeates every aspect of our concern. Talk about the economy, talk about human capital development, talk about infrastructural development, even resource allocation. So when there is rancor and acrimony, you can see that resources that are meant for the development of the state is channeled to other aspects of trying to maintain peace and order. And it will be a misallocation. So the governor is somebody that fights for the interests of the common man. And if the interest of the Rivers people is the development of the state, then it does not take anything. He said, nothing, there is no price that cannot be paid for peace already in River State. And I think that is the part he has always
share sentiments, or it is a vow?
Well, for me, first, let me differ from your own position.
Okay.
Peace, to broker peace, there is the need to make sacrifices. And you know the disposition of our dear governor. He is one who has always preached peace. He has always told his supporters, look, there is no price too big to pay for peace. And so when you say that, last time there was an agreement to his disfavor, he still went on with it, it's not the case. He has told you ab initio from the very beginning that he can pay any price for peace. And
at the expense of the people?
They say, if you don't want to embrace peace, try work and know how expensive it is. And so, for our dear governor, he has seen the importance, the potency of peace to the people of River State. And he knows, because he has been in government from day one till this day. Now that is number one, he knows that where there is peace, all meaningful ever heard of all the piracy attacks and unnecessary kidnapping. Yes, we may have one or two pockets, isolated cases, but it was not like before. I mean, that's because of the disposition of the number one citizen of the state. And so for me, I give it to him.
No,
as Rivers people, sir.
Dr. Tony Philmoore.
As Rivers people, sir, we are ready to accept any peace that he brokers, whether good or bad, because it is peace. We will follow him.
What of when all the juicy positions are being conceded to the Minister of the FCT? Is that also peace? Some of you stake out your neck, your resources, your credibility, your integrity, and everything, and then one morning the governor wakes up to a signed peace agreement with WIKE and then concedes all the juicy appointments to WIKE's people. Do you also call that peace?
I just told you earlier that peace is all about sacrifice. If that's a sacrifice we must pay to bring about lasting peace in River State, we are making it. And we are proud that we are making it. Even our supporters are in support of it. Because His Excellency has always told us, no matter the sacrifice he makes, he will never abandon us.
Oh, really?
Yes, and which means there is something in the offing for us. And so we are proud of him. Our dear governor, go ahead. Stand by it. Stay with it. Embrace it with your full chest. We are with you.
All right. Okay. So let me turn to the elder in the house.
Yeah, let me just add a word. That could be misleading. The two gentlemen, the former governor and the current governor, they both come from the same family that we have always been told, who were all members of that same family. Because of time, there was disagreement, and disagreement led to one thing or the other. And my colleague said, the governor has always emphasized that nothing is too much to sacrifice for peace of River State. Let me tell you something. Because of the quarrels, because of the disagreement, both sides have made losses. When I say both sides,
very true.
Both His Excellency Governor WIKE, former Governor WIKE, and the current governor, His Excellency FUBARA. Both sides have made losses. So, and they have realized it. Observers are watching. Even we, the followers, are tired. of any continued quarrels and fighting. Fortunately, they have now come together. You were asking why did you have to dissolve
the State Executive Council?
Yes. You know, he has the right, he has the prerogative. If it's something that should be done in pursuit of the peace, there's nothing wrong about it. So if he wants to dissolve the cabinet, mind you, it doesn't mean that everybody that has been dissolved will go complete. But perhaps to set the tone for peace to thrive, we don't know what they have agreed, but certainly Governor Siminalayi Fubara has often told his followers that he will not abandon us. So whatever they might have agreed, he must be having us at the back of his mind to ensure that he never abandons us.
Okay, Sir Martins Yellow,
Yes.
just before you have your say.
I want to add to the
Okay.
issue of juicy position.
Okay.
You see, this is where we get it wrong, and then we try to remove the element of performance in governance. Governance, first and foremost, should be seen as service to the people. When we begin to, prioritize the issue of juicy or financial benefits before we go into governance.
Whether you like it or positions are greeted,
Yeah,
whether you like it or not.
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a creation of your mind, a creation of you and I. So we tend to prioritize the financial benefit that comes from it. But the service that you are called upon to make, to render, you put it at the back seat and it becomes a problem. So we try to reduce, we try to play down on this issue of juicy and not juicy. When you're called upon to make service, you ensure that first and foremost, you put in your efforts to ensure that the people get the kind of service that is deserved. Any perquisites that comes therefrom, it's a benefit. But when you prioritize the financial something, issues of corruption, issue of mismanagement, issues of wrangling, it is one of those things that creates this kind of acrimony and absence of peace. So I think we should always try to downplay. It is our position as leaders to always downplay on the issue of financial benefit, but service first, service to the people.
Okay, as the governor explained details of the agreement he had with Mr. President and the Minister of the FCT, aside what we heard in the media, you guys are followers of the governor. Has he told you the terms of agreement? Do you have any knowledge about it?
We don't need to know the terms of the agreement.
Did you say you don't need to know?
Yes.
As a follower?
We don't need to know the terms of the agreement. First and foremost, what we should concentrate, what should we focus on.
So if you say you don't know, you don't need to know the terms of agreement. If the agreement says all followers of say FUBARA must divorce their wives, the men, if you take
we have a leader in our government, and we believe strongly in it. To believe in somebody means that we're entrusted to him. So we believe strongly in his judgment. So and have the extent he has taken us to, he has not made any mistake. So we believe that he will not lead us astray. So we believe in the peace bound that he has taken. So
interesting.
He cannot lead us
astray. If I may add, peace, they said, is the bridge that turns wounds into wisdom. They must have all learned their lessons. They must be guided by what has happened, with enemies to friends. So now that there is peace, even if they were enemies before this time, they have become friends. And by the way, WIKE has always agreed, regarded Sim as his Governor Sim as his godson. Oga. Every public statement he makes, he adds that word, Oga. And that's the beauty of it. And I would say that we don't need to know the details of the agreement. Let me say something too. We, the followers, are also sometimes taking this matter not sinful alone. He will be okay by whatever agreement he reaches with his boss, provided there is some sense in it. His emphasis has always been on peace. And he has often told everybody who cares to listen that nothing is too much to sacrifice for the peace of River State. We have suffered a lot. We have lost a lot, you know. So peace has finally arrived, and we must all protect it. That is the way I see it.
Protect and defend.
All right, that's the
Okay,
way.
let me say this. The truth is, politically, we always say, Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister, the former governor of the state, and our very dear governor, Sir Asinalaye Fubara, they shared common interest of developing the state. And it's on this basis, it's on these grounds, these premises that they have come together for that common interest, that we must develop the state and forget about whatever differences we have. You will agree with me. Wike, as FCT minister, has ensured the appointment of several river sons and daughters from at the federal level. The state level, Sir Asinalaye Fubara is also appointing river sons and daughters. And not just that, general development of the state. And so you can see that they have common interests. And so in politics, it is indeed true that there is no permanent interest.
All right, gentlemen, I'm getting signals that I must go on break. And when we return, we'll talk about whether Governor FUBARA is the APC governorship candidate for 2027. We'll get to find out the details just after now. Stay with us.
Stewardship with SNB. Stewardship with SNB. Stewardship with SNB.
And start time channel 113. You can drop your comments as you follow the program, and of course, like it. Or I would say you should hate it. You should always like it. Rstv is everywhere. All right. So my guests haven't changed. Ingo YELLOWE, former chairman, River State Civil Service Commission. Welcome again to the program. And Dr. Tony PHILMORE, former chairman, DEGEMA local area. And of course, that of Honorable Christian IKIROMA, a stakeholder in DEGEMA politics. Gentlemen, welcome again to the program. Okay, on this second segment, you are the interviewee. I am the interviewer. So I'll fire from all cylinders, but you must be able to dodge the bullets, or you allow the bullets to hit you. So first question to IKIROMA. Is Governor FUBARA the candidate of the APC, governorship candidate of the APC in 2027? If he is, does it also mean that Amiewuli and his assemblymen will return? What about the legislative bullying that the governor has suffered?
Well, you can agree with me that some few months ago, our amiable governor was carpeted from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress. And the reason is that the protection needed from his mothers, people who presume to be his mother, was not gotten there, so he needed to was carpeted. And this is what is in the public view, and this is what we do. Now, in the party structure, when you are a member of the party, it is just a vehicle for conveying people to holding political party and appointment. So what we know is that every member of the party is eligible to contest election. That's all we know. So whether Governor FUBARA will become the candidate of the APC or not is not determinable by four of us that are here. That is for the party to decide. So we cannot begin to jump the gun or begin to cross the waters when we have not got into it. Let it be for now. When we get to that point, we will know. So as a follow-up, even the House of Assembly members Nobody can predict whether they will be there or not. It is left for the party to decide. When we get to that point, we would know who is to go or not. And mind you, there is no longer delegate election. It is all member votes that we are now in. So when it gets to that point, the party, through its membership, will decide.
Agree with me that
Are we not going to see another round of trouble, crisis,
there will never
legislative
be anything
bullying?
like trouble. There will be
Because
no
if
bullying.
the government is chosen, it means that Abiwule and his friends will be back.
Everybody has come to realize that indeed peace is priceless.
Okay.
That there is a need for to come together and file up for the development of River State. See, you talked about whether or not Governor FUBARA will be the candidate of the APC. If he becomes the candidate, is anything bad with that? After all, he has performed well. And permit me to toe the line of some of the visitors we've had in River State, the likes of party chairman, secretary, Ribadu, and all of those persons. They have all projected him to say that he should be the candidate. He should be the flag bearer of the state come 2027. What is wrong with that? For us, if that be the case,
Dr. Philemon, you're unrepentant about it.
no. Yes, if that be the case, it's fine. And we've not seen anybody more credible than him, because he is a man with a large heart. He wants to carry everybody along. He wants to see that every riverine area of the state, the hinterlands, are connected to each other. He wants to see the beauty of Port Harcourt City and Obiapo. He wants to see that the health sectors and education sectors are all brought to standard. That's the kind of man we should be watching and praying for. And so if you ask me once again, I will tell you it will not come as a surprise that come 2027, SIM will be endorsed by the APC as a party. Even his organ, Chief Barrister WIKE, will endorse him to come for a second.
Okay, let's wait and see if that will happen. All right.
I think I agree with him to a large extent, because quite frankly, before he changed, he switched over to APC.
He came jumped.
His Excellency said he gave 3 reasons. Number 1, that there was no longer protection for him by the PDP.
His former party.
His former party. And secondly, he felt that River State will be more peaceful, under APC from the way things were going. And then finally, of course, to have the necessary and relevant benefits.
Sir, let me just add, don't forget, he also consulted with the stakeholders.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
And then he needed to be part of the necessary and relevant benefits that could be derived from being with the party at the center. So, the question of whether he should run for second term or not, to a large extent, if you have met the criteria for being judged as a performer, and therefore is fit to be given the chance to run for a second term, it's doable.
Okay.
And of course, there is a trend in APC. There is a trend. And he has been part of the party now. And then he should enjoy whatever benefits that could be derived from his changing over to the APC.
All right, Honorable IKIROMA. From hindsight, it is clear that the governor has a tendency of sacrificing anyone to have his peace of mind. Anyone to have his peace of mind. As he has always said, that there's nothing too big to have peace or something in the life.
May I please make this correction? It wasn't anyone. Anything.
Anything. Okay.
Not anyone.
Okay, anything. Anything could be anything. Anything you mean could be human, it could be, inanimate.
Even privilege.
Human is not a thing.
Okay. So the question would be that what is the guarantee when the chips are down? What is the guarantee that you people will not be thrown under the bus when the chips are down if the governor has to sacrifice anything, anyone, to have his peace of mind again?
Well, it is not about sacrificing humans or about
Sacrificing inanimate objects.
or it's about ensuring that there is peaceful coexistence. It's about ensuring that River State interest is protected. So the governor cannot sacrifice human being, and he has never sacrificed any human
No,
being.
the simplified
So
movement, the
what's-
governor disbanded.
What is there? What is there to know is that if a particular action has to be taken for the interest of River State, so be it, because River State must move forward. River State is bigger than every single individual. So any action that is taken in good faith for the progress, for the advancement, and for the development of River State is welcome. It's very well welcome. And we will support the governor to always take such decision that will move our dear state forward.
First, let me again correct you.
Okay.
Our governor will not sacrifice anyone, but we are in sync with him to say sacrifice whatever that need to be sacrificed to broker, not humanity, to broker peace, to ensure that there is collaborative governance between legislature and the executive. Then, of course, the organ. That's all. Once that is achieved, that will mean total peace and development will continue to come. Again, let me also add this to my friend and former colleague, Chief Barrister of WIKE. Please, it is now time to also advise our brothers and sisters who have been in loggerheads with us that we are one and the same people. That what they enjoy, we also are supposed to enjoy. And so please also extend same to us because we are willing to make that sacrifice that will bring about lasting peace.
Interesting.
And in any case, there are observers in this peace process. So anything that could be regarded as being ridiculous, the observers, even the president himself who brokered the peace, said no, this is not right, this is not fair. And I think that's the attitude of any reasonable participant in any peace process.
Yes. So what about the commissioner list? We hear that it is dominated by the pro-WIKE group. Is that correct?
I wouldn't, I cannot say for sure, but I believe there must be a balance, a little to the left, a little to the right. In any peace process, it's a give and take situation. Governor FUBARA, His Excellency, our dear governor, is the man on the spot. In fact, the party hierarchy has affirmed that is the party leader in the state. The last time we heard about these issues was that he should be able to see the FCT minister as an active and very important participant in the governance of the state. But he is the person when it comes to the party, the APC, like it applies in most other states, in all the states, in all the states. So I think everybody has to apply good sense of reasoning now in the name of peace. We want peace. His Excellency, the former governor, now FCT minister, wants peace. Our governor, amiable governor, Similaye FUBARA, wants peace. River State wants peace. All of us want peace, so that the peace will guarantee the progress of this state. We have lost quite a lot. River State has been in woes. I describe it as a labyrinth of woes. We have been in a labyrinth of woes, and this is the time to arrest the woes. It's a process of give and take. Whatever they arrive at, the governor dissolving his cabinet is a process, is something within his powers, and he determines when to do this.
Dr. Tode Philmore.
Let me just add. Sorry, let me just add this to it. It is true a common citizens. It is also true, as it were, that the assembly members are also for favor some. I'm very sure that when the time comes for commission analysts, yes, I don't want to speculate. There are a lot of speculations, and that's not what I want to accept. These considerations will be given because he is the executive governor of the state. If you take away all his rights, who then is he? And so that will not be the case. And our dear minister, FCT minister, is a man who reasons very well before the